Hello folks, thanks for stopping in and checking out my channel, The Firewood Doctor, if you've never seen my channel before, and thank you for coming back for those that are regular viewers. Today I got to get this pine wood out of my truck and just chuck it over to snowbank. I don't have room yet to really get organized over here because of the snowbanks. Once the snowbanks are gone from the plowed snow, and I'll be moving stuff over there, so I want to keep it as close to this corner of the parking area as there's a section over here where RVs and stuff will be parked, and people need to be able to just hook up to their RVs and go. So that means I got to get going and get that wood pile cleared out of here before they start really hauling stuff out. So yeah, that's on the agenda. Is I'm gonna get some free wood after this. Told the guy to get some. Piece of wood fell down, and I got to get processing on that. I'm going to start at that far end of that pile. The customer has a few cords there that'll be taken care of next weekend, and then maybe after this week, I'm only going to haul a couple of loads out of that one place, see how much I can get done today. After I unload, I got to prep my saw because, you know, I'm lazy like some people. I don't sharpen my saws right away, which I should. But at the end of the day, you don't feel like doing it. It gets put off until you got to have it done, and then it takes longer to get going. So, yeah, after I chuck this off, get the saw prepped, and then I'll go get some free wood. Don't know if that'll be in this video, but it'll be in the next one, the free wood. So, yeah, I got to get, I'm in trouble for bundle wood because I don't have any inventory. So I'm going to have to probably buy the wood. Yeah, if I didn't open my big mouth, or I had money for equipment rental, you know, and the time to do it in, I would still have all those logs. I wouldn't have had to buy any. Now I got a frozen mess of wood, but at the same time, I'm also cleaning out the snow out of here. So, you know, it's a 2-for-1. I get the wood out of here plus the snow. Oh yeah, dummy me didn't bring the shovel so I could shovel out, you know, the remnants of the truck bed. I just have to shoot it out with my boot, or in this case, boot it out. Fun dad jokes, I tell ya, because I got boots on, I can literally boot it out of the way. And you gotta watch your footing when you have snow covered metal truck beds like this. I'd have my rubber mat in here, but I didn't want it in here because of the snow. Yeah, I didn't take out my splitter thumb wrench. Yeah, I'm sure that'll come crashing down at some point. Hey, here we go. I got safety chains. There, now it ain't going anywhere. It'll fall over part way, but not all the way. Oh, look at that. See, they kicked in already. I got plenty of pine to get started with. That's not going to do well for bundles. I got cherry for bundles, but that's buried under snow. I got hickory for bundles. That's buried in snow. And this pine is just way too big for bundle wood unless I want to go with some really big splits. And I can't do small bundles with big wood because you're only going to get like, 6 pieces in a small bundle. But like stuff like this, that's bundle ready. So might end up mixing it if I get some ready to burn oak out of that pile. I could start mixing it. The free wood I'm getting is going to be a willow, cottonwood, and pine. So I'm going to be getting more pine. I don't know how well that's going to sell because a lot of people don't want pine because they don't understand it for campfires. I think it goes poof too fast, when in reality it might burn 25-30% faster than oak. The secret is in how you pile up the wood on the fire. If you just put on like 2 pieces every 15-20 minutes, it's going to burn a long time. You put a piece like this and a piece this size. Shoot, that'll last a while once you get the fire built up. And the thing is, with wood, the more you pile it on, the faster it burns. Well, you think it would burn longer, but it doesn't. And here's why. Wood itself does not burn. When it gets hot enough, the stuff that makes up the wood releases the gases that make up the wood, or it's converted into gas under heat, and then the gases burn, which generates more heat. So the hotter the fire burns, because the more fuel you have, the faster the fuel is going to burn. It's like exponentially or something. Because if you notice that yourself, in an open air fire like a campfire, the more you heap it on, the faster it burns. I've had pine fires last a really long time. I have a rack at home where estimated basically with pine, the one rack will last a good 6 hours of burning. And with oak, 8 hours. Actually, no, that's not it. With oak, I had it burn 6 hours or as little as 8 hours, and it's about, I'm guessing, a quarter to a third of a face cord. Yeah, about a third of a face cord. It'll burn 6 hours if I wardrobe malfunction. Suspender strap. There we go. The heaping it on, I burnt that up in 6 hours as an experiment. But then taking it easy, just putting a couple of pieces on at a time instead of like 4. I got 8 hours burn time instead of 6 by putting wood on, putting less wood on it at a time. I refueled the fire just as often, but I put on less fuel at a time and actually extended the burn time. And people say, "Oh, I'm cold, I need the fire." Well, another secret to that is don't use a pit in the ground. I'm going to do the rest of this from the ground. This bending over is for young men, not old men like me. And you're thinking, how is he old? He just jumped out of that truck like it was nothing. I'm old, you know, at 48, I'm old, I'd decrepit. Call Nurse Ratched, I'm done for. Actually, Nurse Ratched would finish me off. If you don't know who Nurse Ratched is, watch, what's the title of it? Jack Nicholson movie, the one who flew over the cuckoo's nest? Yeah, she was Looney Tunes. Actually psycho or sociopathic more. Some of this pine is nice and ready. Some of this is not. You can tell by the weight, like this piece is ready, even though it's got covered in ice. Melt that off, you're good. And people don't like burning pine indoors. They think it's gonna creosote the chimney, it's gonna crap everything up, when in reality, it doesn't, as long as it's dry. Dry meaning, you know, moisture content. Get it to 20% or less, it'll burn fine. Here's where the tool comes in handy. Don't have the risks of the slips and falls like you do on this painted metal truck bed. You know, bring the wood to you, I could stand on this nice gravel. Anyway, back to the creosote. It's having wet wood or burning wood too cool in your fireplace. By cool, yeah, it could be burning, looks like it's burning good, but you need the flue temperature hot enough. Now, when creosote forms, the creosote gases go right up the chimney if it's hot enough. Because when creosote forms, it's when it cools, and it'll collect on the walls of the chimney itself. The flue pipe, whatever you get, whatever your chimney is made out of. That is what the gases will condense on. The condensation of those gases becomes what we know as creosote. So you have wet wood, no matter what species, you're gonna get creosote. Now dry wood, you can get creosote just as easily by not running your dampeners open wide enough. Some people with high efficiency wood stoves have got major creosote issues when they run what they call a wonder box or a heat box that extracts more heat out of the chimney flue, when in reality that's causing a problem. It's slowing the gases down, extracting the heat out of it. You need to prevent the gases from cooling and condensating on the walls of the chimney, making creosote. So, and a lot of these, some of these high efficiency stoves, you can't run the dampeners closed much. Basically, a lot of these high efficiency ones, you can run them wide open. You know, most of the time, but then you can turn them down, you know, so it doesn't burn up too fast. So it's where I know some people got in trouble. They ran 2 dampeners, one in the stove pipe that goes into the chimney, and another on the door, you know, the usual door on these stoves. And if you have them both turned down, you're really going to get a creosote problem in a hurry, even with dry oak. Doesn't matter, you're going to get a nasty creosote problem. So if you have creosote problems, look into that. It's usually the moisture of your wood, or you have something else causing a lower temperature fire. So basically, if you have a chimney or flue dampener, run that one wide open and control the fire exclusively with the dampener on the wood stove itself. That's for high efficiency wood stoves. The older stoves, I have no idea. But back to the people that say they need heat for their fires outside. Get the fire out of the pit. A fire pit. You know, a hole in the ground. Go back on my channel, you can see my when I had my chimney fires. Look up Firewood Doctor and chimney fire. You'll see how my fire pit is set up, which is actually an outdoor fireplace now. So to revisit the story, that outdoor fireplace, when I started welding a few years ago, tried to get a hobby shop, welding shop going. It didn't pan out. That was one of my projects I was going to make, to an outdoor fireplace on wheels. Well, I decided to use it as my own personal outdoor fireplace, and when I determined how high it would be up, it was just too high, and it would have been too heavy to move by the time I would have built it exactly the way I wanted to. Would have been put it in place and call a forklift or a crane truck to move the dang thing. Apologies, so heavy. And so I put it on top of the steel ring that was in the ground, because of the size of it. It's like 30 by 30 or something like that. Oh, darn it, you're supposed to come this way. And then I made grates for it on a video quite a while back. And now, basically, that fire is sitting up a foot higher than it would be if it was in the ground. In the ground, the heat just goes straight up. You don't get any heat up to the sides. Now, the fire comes out to the sides, and you burn half the wood. For one, with the grates under it, air comes up underneath. So you burn less wood by having a better fireplace setup, which is what I got. Yeah, and burning pine in there, I have no problem keeping the fire going for a long time. I got frozen wood down in here. So that's all I know about pine, firewood, creosote as far as like burning rates go. Each wood is going to have a different burning rate. Actually, it's the conversion rate from material to gases. But let's say pine as a campfire wood, you're going to burn that up 25-30% faster than oak. Well, when it comes to oak and greenwood, well, decades ago now, a neighbor had a massive willow tree removed. I'm talking massive. Branches on this thing were like this big. Literally, branches were this big. The trunk would have was probably 6 foot across. You know, the stump was probably 6 foot easily. And that willow wood from a live green tree in the middle of, you know, like in late summer, so as green as could be, 4 weeks after I cut and split some of it, I was burning that wood just fine. I mixed it with very high quality oak firewood at about a 50-50 ratio. And that's how you can extend your personal campfire wood supply, is if you're mixing it. Yeah, you mix it with cheap wood. If you don't have enough good wood, get cheap wood. It all burns. You know, mix your oak with cottonwood and stuff. You don't need to have the best, you know, best of the best firewood. You can get by with pine or oak or cottonwood or willow, you know, all mixed together. It all burns. So that's all I have for firewood tips today. I got the truck cleaned out now. That little bit of snow I'm not worried about. I don't have my shovel to safely scoop it out, or I could boot it out like I was saying before, but yeah. I gotta go get my saw prepped and be ready to go for cutting wood. So I don't know where I'm gonna put that wood yet. Maybe I'll chuck that over the snowbank and split it later, or split it and then chuck it over to snowbank, which is what I might end up doing. Set the splitter up kind of like right where this truck is, and just split the wood and chuck it right over. So then I don't, because you know, a few feet, like 10-12 feet behind the camera now is where the grass starts. So all right, that's enough for tips. You can see this is still this is March the 4th. Still got snow on the ground, plenty of snow on the ground. I wish that stuff would just go away. But we got plenty of traffic here, so once I get the inventory and start selling, I'm thinking I'm going to sell wood like I've never sold before. So yeah, not a bad move coming out here. I wanted to move for a long time, but anyway, enough yapping. Let you go, folks. Till next time, take care. Get out there, do something. Have fun doing it. Now, just kind of talk to the boss man here about getting his wood truck cleaned out. So then the little guys that work for him don't have to empty out the truck where they can go do other stuff. I'm telling you, the nerve of some people. By the way, this is my truck, so I'm talking about myself. Where am I going to put the tow bar? I'll just stash it in the oak pile.